Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cupid Parasite, and left off last time kind of in the middle of this little flashback on the train segment. You know, she was thinking about Gill, and then kind of flashback to this, but it's like, I don't know, the last couple of parts, we've been stopping in weird spots, but anyway, so. So we're just flashing back to our prior conversation, so. Because I like to write, it was a childhood dream of mine to write specifically for Carcraft Road. But then life happened once I left home. Life happened. I'm not sure what he's referring to, but I do know that he likes cars. He's going to chase after his dreams. If Gill wants to chase his dreams, then I'm happy for him as a friend. But I'm still avoiding his potential feelings for me. I can't help but think about that after Claris's comments. Maybe I should meet up with Gill soon. Then I can find out the truth about Gill, and if he has feelings for me. And that's better than just pondering about things. The train arrives at my station. As I made my way home, I thought about what kind of message to send to Gill. We could have done that. I didn't know. Oh, good lord. It's always the case. If I start, I'm like, we'll finish it. 20 minutes later, oh my god! Cross your fingers for a letter! That was the title of the chapter, in case you're multitasking. I wasn't just saying weird shit. But it's always the case. Like, if I stop, it's always like a minute or two. And then, like, if I keep going, it's like 20 minutes later. Never feels anyway. I'm sure she's still working right now. I was walking down 7th Ave on my way to work. By coincidence, I happened to pass by Cupid Corporation. I looked up at the building. Just last week, I was attending seminars with her. We even did some mock interviews, too. Honestly, I enjoyed my time there a lot. I got to talk with her and see her smile. That was enough for me. But things would never become more for me. I don't think she sees me as more than her friend. I don't even think she sees me as more than a friend. I'm sorry. I feel like we're getting a lot of, like, Gill in this. I mean, it's Gill's route, but you know what I mean. Like, a lot of, we're reading as Gill than we did in Shelby's route as Shelby. Did we? I don't know. I'm not complaining, but I'm just like, I feel like we get a lot of Gill, and I don't know if we got a lot of Shelby. Anyway. That's why I'm trying to land a job at Outroad, a publisher which also puts out Carcraft Road. Actually, that made a friend of mine ask if I quit wife hunting and switched to job hunting instead. Outroad's entrance exam is super strict. It'll be tough, but... In the past, I took the primary exam where you write your thesis. Back then, I failed spectacularly. Thankfully, you're allowed to reapply. This time, I tried to make a roadmap to success for my writing. It wasn't a big company, but there's lots of passionate fans who love their titles. Plus, their print circulation is great. I dreamed of being able to write for the titles I love. I imagine there's lots of people with the same motivation as well. Yeah. Kind of feel like that's true. Unfortunately, they do all their editing and writing in-house, so I've never been able to take on work from them. Movie Moon, Time In, and Gossipy gave me enough work, but my dream of writing for Carcraft Road is yet to be realized. Oh my god, you're gonna have to go and write in an office with other people? No, you know what, Gill, stay home. Rumor has it the employees are all eccentrics, and maybe they're allowed to be a bit more eccentric since it's in-house. This time I'll pursue my dream to the very end. That way she'll think of me as an attractive man. Like, on one hand, it's nice that you're like, you know what? I need to do things to better myself. Okay, you're only doing it to make me like you more, but you know, in the end, the end result is you're doing something for you that you've always wanted to do. Good for you. But it's also, then she'll think of me as attractive. Oh, Gill. Oh, Gill. Oh, honey. A message popped up on my smartphone. I opened it and my heart leapt in my chest. Gill, how are you doing? Would you like to grab a bite to eat sometime soon? I'm right outside your office. Don't do it, Gil. It was a message from her. A bite to eat. Sometime soon. Wow. And she's asking me out instead of the other way around. As a friend, Gil, simmer down. She was strictly business when I was a Cupid Corps member. It's been years since she sent me a personal message. I burned the roof of my tongue. Just FYI. I feel like I can't speak properly right now. It hurts. Once we stopped being roommates, we drifted apart and I stopped reaching out. I'm sure she's doing this to be nice, but I don't have anything ready, so I don't know whether I should accept or not. Originally, I'd planned to achieve my dreams, then sweep her off her feet with my achievements, but 6 years later, we're married to Shelby now, Gil. What the fuck? You took too long. Well, I can't just say no to her. Already my will is cracking under pressure. I just don't know how to respond. Yes or no? Pick one. It's not hard. But if I say no and leave it here, she might go on and date someone else. True. Immediately, I thought of the other Parasite 5 members. And to be honest, the other Parasite 5 members were all so good-looking. Raoul. Honestly, when you said the other Parasite 5 members, Raoul is the first one that pops into my head. Like, look, I love Shelby. Ryuki's fun. But, like, he's my type in he's kind of an eccentric bitch. And, like, he's, like, flamboyantly fashionable, and I love it. But he also kind of almost he almost seems a little too young for me. Like, he doesn't really have the lolly boy face, but he's the closest in this. He's not exactly I don't dislike him, but I'm not like, yes. Like, and I'm not normally into the himbo, and Raoul just fucking sold. I don't know. Honestly, Owen was the one that caught me at the very beginning. You saw the thing. I love him. What do you mean I can't date him? Fuck this game. No. Alan's gorgeous. Shelby's gorgeous. You know, I love both of them, but Raoul's kind of my favorite for some fucking bizarre reason. I don't know what planet we live on right now. You know, I have a type. Raoul is not it. And yet, favorite. I don't know. And Peter could end up being my favorite. We don't really know much about him. He's kind of fun in the background, but like, you know, we'll see what happens when we date Jupiter over there, okay? Like, what else? Like, you don't get enough of him to really know. So, but anyway. Plus, they could make a decision and stick with it. Raoul is a Sillywood star, and fucking hilariously stupid. Oh, God, I love him so much. Keisain's a professional designer. Alan could easily handle women with style. He's also a whore, but, you know, we also do like the whores, so. And Monsieur Esse, well, he never showed up in the end, so he's out. Still, I can't help but think of her being with them. He's like, Shelby, he's married. Owen? Hello? Owen's got a nice little Irish accent, doesn't he? And now that I stopped the matchmaking service, I have no opportunity to talk to her again. Wait a minute. Parasite House's assistant director, Peter, was good looking too. I read that and I look at him, I'm like, yeah, this is all just what I was saying. And like, Gil's just looking me in the eye and I'm like, oh, shit. That was just such a weird fucking moment. I was just like, yeah, all these are good. Oh, Gill caught me out. He's like calling me out. He's like, you think they're all good looking, don't you? Yes, actually. Look, you're adorable, Gill, but I'm still on the fence here. Like, looks-wise, nothing wrong with you. The personality is the questionable part. Like, while I understand 100% why you were overprotective and clingy and, like, whatever, because we deserved it. We didn't know, like, how to fucking iron. We didn't know what an iron was. I still don't really know how to iron. I steam my shit, but, like, you know. But the fact that she was like, what's this? And he's like, it's a fork. What the fuck? We were like little mermaiding shit, okay? We were like, oh, it's a dingle hopper. I heard it from a... I was like, a scuttle. I'm like, what the fuck was seagull? I was like, what the fuck was scuttle? My friend Scuttle. I mean, seriously. You know, so I get it. But it doesn't mean I like it still. Like, even though I understand, and he's not the... oh my god, you're so clingy and I hate you, and stop being overprotective. Just stop it. He's not that. He's not that. It's just because he's the overprotective kind of clingy character that I just instantly don't like it because of all the other experience with characters like that. Even though if this were my first experience with a character like this, I don't think I'd be like, oh, I'd be like, oh, okay, I kind of get it. So, all right, whatever. I don't know if I'd love it, but I don't think I would have the aversion to it that I have. And it's nothing about Gill. It's literally just, I am used to hating the characters like you. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get past it. You know what I mean? Like, some people like, oh god, I hate the flirty whore characters. So, like, even if a character came along that you're like, I would like them, but I don't like the flirty whores, so I can't like them. Because it's just a preconceived notion, you know? So, I'm trying very hard to, like, appreciate Gill for who he is. So, that's why I talk it out with you guys so much with Gill. It's like, he's not the best, but he's not the worst. But my brain is automatically like, you are that creepy, overprotective one I hate. But I don't want to, because so far, he's a little pathetic. You're like, oh, Gill, you're a little sad. But I feel like we're going to pull him out of that, and he's still going to be a little clingy and a little overbearing, but it'll be like, you're a little overbearing, but it's okay. We get it. Pat him on the head. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be in an endearing kind of way where we'll be okay with it. So, it's just it's me trying to let go of me clinging desperately to the, I hate characters like this! Damn it, just let go, Spacey! Anyway. And what if she started dating someone while I was pursuing my dream? I became a freelance editor so she could have all my time. Am I going at this from the wrong angle? Yes, you became a freelance editor so we could have all of your time, and you haven't seen us in 2 years, Gill. Like, see what I'm saying? You're a little sad! And like, but it's kind of an adorable sad. I don't hate you for this. But I'm still leery. It's okay. It's just, Even back in college, I arranged my class schedule around her. She was so popular that I constantly had to keep an eye on her. Okay, dangerous. You had to keep an eye on us because we might have stabbed ourselves in the eye with a fork because we didn't know how to use them. Sure, give you that. But she's so popular, I have to keep my eye on her because she might talk to other men. That's a little creepy. See, it's things like this that make me question, like, why are you saying that? Because, like, you don't think on one hand, I can't handle normal life, but now I can. So, like, you can't handle it, people will talk to you and you don't understand their motivations. Holy shit. I'm not completely fucking stupid. When it comes to, like, an iron or a plate or soap suds. Sure, but, like, nah. But again, yeah, she kind of is. It's tricky. I don't know. Again, it's that preconceived, like, I am not that stupid. Well, she kind of was, so. Anyway. I was so worried that she'd be tricked or deceived that I always checked on her between classes, just in case. Again, this statement, normally, this is why I hate the Gill character. Not him, but, like, this type of character, because they say shit like this, and in a normal game, it's like, I am not that motherfucking stupid. And you know what, some people are really good at manipulating, tricking, deceiving you, and it happens to everyone, okay? And some people are a little more gullible, and you're like, oh, we've all had instances in our lives where we're like, I cannot believe I fell for that shit. Wow. Okay, and you live and you learn, and that's part of growing and having someone who's always, no, okay, where you don't get to experience that doesn't help you learn how to recognize those deceitful people, right? Because you have Gill jumping in front of you, Supermaning for you, okay? So I hate the Gill character when it's like, oh my god, you're too dumb to function. I will kill you. I will literally stab you with this dinglehopper, bitch. I know how they work. They're stabby. Like, but, and that's the hard part that I can't get around. And I know it's me. I can't get around my extreme hatred of this type of character It's just, I loathe you. Do not act like I'm too fucking stupid to function. I am not that dumb. Okay? And, like, but with Gill, it's like, I mean, we kind of were, and I can't really blame him for thinking this because he was basically like, you're like a baby duck. Like, you are whole new to the whole universe. Like, have you ever... He didn't know we were a god first time on Earth, but he basically still got the... This is your first time out of, like, the McMansion that you were born into. Like, you don't even know how to fold socks. What? Like, So he is basically looking at her like, this is the first time you were allowed out of your freaking mansion with your butlers, because that's what he thinks, right? So he's not wrong. But I can't, like, but I'm just so triggered when he says shit like this to be like, I will stab you. And then it's like, oh, well, I mean... Okay, but legitimately, he has a point. So, like, I'm just in a very difficult spot. Like, I don't want to hate Gill, but I hate his type of character. But I have to keep convincing myself that, like, you know what? What they did with this type of character in this game is not detestable. Because he has a legitimate reason for being like, oh god, I need to protect. Oh my god, what are you doing? Oh my god, like... We gave you all the reasons to be like this. We are going to have to break you of this so that you don't keep acting like that, because if she turns into, oh, well, I'll just let him baby me, I will scream. We are too strong and independent now for this, but legitimately, when he first met us, this is a legit concern. So, they did the detestable character actually really well in this game because they gave him a reason for actually thinking like this aside from, I just think women are dumb and need a big, strong man to protect them. I will choke you. It's more like, you don't know how to close the refrigerator when you're done. Really? Why? What the fuck? So all of his concerns are legit. But it's me. It's absolutely me. It's not Gill, it's me. Sweetie, it's not you, it's me. Like, and I mean it that. I mean it. It's not usually when I'm saying like, it's not you, it's me. It's really you, but I just don't want you to feel bad. No, it's literally me, but anyway. And as expected, plenty of men were constantly hitting on her. Although, at the time, she didn't pick up on that. Yeah, I mean, that would be me too. There was one time when things got a bit up close and personal, but I interrupted things before it went anywhere. Again, how did you know that I wanted that? Probably a good idea in this scenario, Gill. I think that incident was about a year after she entered university. A man came up to her and asked her out on a date, but she recommended someone else to him. Well, this is going to be interesting. And, like, every time we have these flashbacks and we see what Gill's dealing with, it's like, no, it's absolutely, totally, nothing is wrong with what he's doing or thinking, you know? I just don't want him to treat us like that currently, so. What the heck is that supposed to mean? He approached her and wanted her to be his girlfriend, but she brushed him off. As a witness, I was troubled by the situation. It's only going to get worse from here. I should step in, but I don't know if I'll help. I'll just keep watch for now. Good on him to let us take care of the situation. Because again, this type of character, a guy would, hey, jumps around. She's not looking for you, buddy. Back up. Excuse me, he said hello and he was looking for directions. Simmer the fuck down, crazy man. But he's like, this could be bad, but let me see how she handles it. So bravo. Okay. I have to keep saying these things because I have to convince myself out loud. I can't just internalize that Gill is not the... While he is the character I hate, he's not the version of the character I hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's done right with this kind of overprotective character. Like, you're kind of done right because you have a reason to be. So I just have to keep saying it so that, like, I absorb it. Because if I just internalize it, I'm going to be like, no lies. You know what I mean? Anyway. I hid in the courtyard bushes while watching her from afar, ready to jump into action at a moment's notice. I mean, it seems weird that you're hiding in the bushes, but you know, I can appreciate the frickin' bush ninja. Sure. I always kept an eye out for her like this during our break periods back then. That's a little crazy, but kind of funny. Okay. Over the past year, she's gotten used to uni life. However, she's still the same sheltered girl with no common sense. again, why I'm saying he's kind of justified in the shit he does. And that's why incidents like this were inevitable. It's also why I'm so protective of her. I swore to safeguard her always. A little weird, but sure. A friend of mine called my actions stalkerish, but I'm just invested in her safety and well-being. A little stalkerish, but again, understandable. So again, if in a normal game where we aren't a god who's completely just does not have any clue, we're just a normal girl going to university, even if we came from a small town and we're now in a big city, this would be stalkerish, creepy, overprotective, and I'd want to light him on fire. But it's because the backstory of us is we literally have no fucking clue how humans human. Aside from the movies we've watched, Gill absolutely has 2 legs to stand on here for being slightly stalkery and a little creepy. Like, I get it. I'm not mad at it. I mean, I'm mad at this character in general for existing, but I'm not mad at Gill himself being this character. Anyway. Why are you suggesting I go out with someone else? Why does he sound like Impy? Impy, what are you doing in this game? Get out. Well, I simply noticed that you and her were compatible. More so than me. What? That's the reason why you're always checking me out in the dining hall? Based on my observations, you two tend to share your personal bubble far more often with each other than with others. This is subtle proof that you trust one another. That and you always sit next to her. She must bring you such comfort. I'm sure you'd make a wonderful couple. In fact, I can already hear the wedding bells ringing. Look here, chick. You don't even know my name. Actually, if you'd like, I could put together a date portfolio for you to help you plan ahead. I don't care about that. You think he'd be like, what? You really think we're okay? The fact that he's being a dick about it. Like, you know what? I feel bad for that girl. Don't set her up with this douche. Enraged, the guy grabbed her by the shoulders. Spacey got silent and realized things weren't going well. I'm sorry. I just can't help myself when I see 2 people who are so well matched. Who do you think you are, Cupid? Apt observation, Neanderthal! Well, yes, that would be me. Damn, you got jokes. If you don't believe my feelings, then I'll prove it. You're coming with me. Okay, wow. Nobody acts like this. You know what? I just want to pretend that this is just, and he's just like, hey, I'd like to go out with you. And she's like, I think you'd be better suited for this girl. Wait, why? What? Huh? Well, that's weird. No. And he's actually taking it fairly well, and they're having a conversation, and Gill's just like, I need to jump in and protect her from this Neanderthal. And the guy's just like, you know, big buff football player who's actually like being a nice guy. Like, not being a douche like this, but Gill's just imagining it this way to just make himself feel better. Wait, what? Where to? This isn't good. He might try to take her to somewhere unsafe. My gut feeling is that he's getting stubborn on purpose. He's trying to push back against the truth and use her to go against it. How long have you pushed back against the truth that we weren't interested in you and just pined for us? I'm just saying, Gill. Self-evaluate a little. He wants to believe that he's in love with Spacey Mirror instead of the person he truly likes. And if he keeps pushing, he could waste away her special first-time experience. Oh, God. Having sex with Gill is going to be so fucking awkward. He's going to be like, I get to be your special first-time experience. Could you just not make it creepy? Damn it, Gill. It's Spacey. I leapt up from the bushes, and Spacey looked at me with a sigh of relief. Gill! She looked so elated the moment she saw me come to her rescue. Such a cutie. Not the time. I kept my face serious as I held my hand out to her. Spacey, hurry up. We have a class with Professor O'Connor today, and you know how he gets with late students. Oh, right. Sorry, I have to go. The man grabs at her, and Spacey's face contorts with pain. Immediately, I stopped and stepped in front of her. Let her go. Who the hell are you? Out of the way. I'm talking to her, not you. And I just imagine that what really happened is Gill jumped up. Let go of her! On the hand her, cretin! And he's like, who the hell are you? I was just talking to her. What's going on? Like, You know, because he's like the fucking superhero in his own fucking little world. I mean, I'm sure this is exactly what happened, but I'm just saying, like, because these characters. I'm her guardian. Let her go now. You're going to scare her. What am I, a fucking bunny rabbit? And the man was taller than me, but I still stood my ground and glared up at him. Students started gathering at the courtyard to watch the commotion, and the crowd made him let go of her almost immediately. Spacey ran and hid behind me. I shifted to conceal her, and the man just glared at us with irritation flashing in his eyes. So I'm asking again, who the hell are you? It'd be easy to say I was her boyfriend. It actually would have helped things out. However, I couldn't, so instead I said, I'm her cousin. I blurted that out of my mouth, and that was the first thing that came to mind. How pitiful. I'm her friend. But if I had said that I'm her roommate, we'd have had even more complications. He might have jumped to a conclusion as well. There's no easy way to simplify our relationship. And that's why I immediately claimed we were family. What? Cousin? You don't look anything alike. Cousins don't have to look alike. I don't look anything like my sisters, for fuck's sake. We were birthed from the same parents, as far as we know. Still think my eldest sister was left on the doorstep by Yetis, but whatever. Parents won't admit that. Me and my one sister have the same color eyes, but that's it. Not the rest, none of them don't look alike. That's how cousins are. She's still a child, so keep your hands off her. I'm like in college. I am not a child, Gill. Gross. Child? She's a uni student just like us. Okay, this college guy has a point, Gill. Even still, it's way too early for her to talk about love. Just give up and go out with the girl you actually like. I think that's for the best, too. She whispers that into my ear, nodding in agreement. The man seemed to take the hint and backed off. Resigned to his fate, he accepted that she was too young to pursue. Is he like a 40-year-old? What is he, like a 20-year-old and we're like 18? Oh my god! Like, fine, whatever. I also feel bad for the girl. Like, go chase after the girl you actually like. Yeah, God. Resigned to his fate of dating the girl he actually likes. Wow, punishment. Punishment right there. What the for that girl? He sighed and finally left. I watched him leave and heaved a sigh of relief. I'm not a fighter, so I was truly nervous during the entire ordeal. I'm glad I was able to keep her safe. I relaxed a bit as she held my hand from behind me. Oh, Gill, thank you. You're a lifesaver. She flashed me that sweet, innocent smile once again. Her overwhelming trust in me made the back of my neck heat up. I'm her guardian and she's my cute baby bird. I have to protect her. See, like, shit like this creeps me out. It's like, just stop. But, again, I'll give him a pass because we are kind of like a fledgling baby bird. We barely know how to flap our wings, so but still, she's my cute baby bird. I have to protect her and then have sex dreams about her. Gill? Gross. No worries. Let's get to class. After all, you came here specifically to hear Professor O'Connor's lecture on romantic psychology, right? I signed up for the class because of her, but I'll keep that secret to myself. Yep! I wonder what the topic will be today. We continued holding hands as Spacey tugs me ahead. She truly has the nature of a friendly child. Then again, that sweetness is what I like about her. When you compare that sweet innocence to a child and say that's what you like about me, it sounds really pervy and gross, Gill. I get what you're saying. She's so innocent and naive, but I like that innocence. You can be innocent and have innocence without being a child, but when you say, like, she's so childlike, I love it. Ew. Ew. There's ways to phrase things that, like, innocence or, like, you know, you, like, you know, you, not even innocent. What's other things that, like, you know, I don't know. There's just ways to phrase that doesn't come across as kind of creepy. Because you've said it multiple times. You know, it's not like, oh, her childlike wonder at snow. Well, that's, no, I understand that that's not, it's a childlike wonder, not like, she's innocent like a child. That turns me on. Creepy! Fucking creepy. I'm just saying, phrasing. Okay. We went to class together, then headed to the movie theater afterwards. But we didn't go to chill. We went to work our shifts. I think that's my creepiest part of Gill is the, like, she's like a child. I love it. It's not, oh, she's so innocent. You know, like, okay, sure. You like our sweetness and our innocence and, like, and okay, cool. But please just compare me to a baby bird and not a child. Weird. The evening screening is about to begin. Please have your tickets ready. The showing's about to begin, everyone. We were working the night shift, so we were exhausted, but we were here until the very last showing of the night. We're the only ones on staff at this hour. This happens a lot because we live so close to the theater. Thankfully, the late shifts have better pay. Plus, I get to be with her, so I don't mind at all. They don't even have to pay me at all. I felt happy that I could see her grow into her own day in and day out. I look at her with a big grin on my face, and the next moment, I heard the sounds of the movie starting. Better close the doors! Yeah, I'll get the one in the back. Can you get the front? Sure. We split up to close the theater doors. After the showing began, we put away the sign and started to close for the night. After we finished most of our tasks, the theater owner appeared. Oh, excellent work, you two. I'll handle the rest. Go enjoy the last show. Wow, really? Thank you. Awesome. Thanks so much. When the crowd's a bit thin, we're allowed to go watch the movies, too. It's a perk of the job. So, you two have the same shift again, huh? I heard you also go to the same university and live together, right? Sure are close. Yeah. Must be nice to be so young. Be sure to use your protection. Two's company, but three's a crowd. Oh my god! Weirdest. Huh? Nothing at all. Please don't joke about that kind of thing. I was just messing with you, kid. It's like, but seriously, kids suck, don't have them. I mean, the theater owner's right. Use protection, but also don't just assume people are having sex. Mr. Theater Owner Man. And also, giving unsolicited sex advice is weird. The owner grinned while looking at Spacey and I. And the owner always ribs me like this. He knows that I'm in love with her, so he always finds a way to tease me. I'm pretty sure everybody knows you're in love with her, except for her. I was just hearing things. Come on, Spacey, let's go catch the rest of the film. Sure, I think today's movie is Bumble Pig. I wonder what kind of movie that is. Bumble Pig? Bumble Pig. Oh, it's an action flick with a transforming car. Oh, it's Bumblebee. I was wondering, but I was like, is it Bumblebee? But like, Bumble Pig. It's full of thrilling scenes. I'd be down for that. I love the Transform Cars series since I was a kid. A Bumble Pig is a spin-off of the main series. It actually looks like a little pig! Is that a fucking Volkswagen Beetle in the background, though? Like, it's like a dog in a picnic basket. They just took some random fucking, like, ad. It is a Volkswagen Beetle, isn't it? Because that's, like, the front. Is that the front? What was it? The Beetle? The original one? Which one was it that had, like, the engine was actually in the back, and the front was actually, like, the trunk of the car? No, that looks like the back of the car. But, like, yeah, because you could, it's a convertible. That's what it looks like, because it's got, like, the little window and, like, looks like fabric, but oh my god, though. They just found, like, a random fucking, like, ad, and then they slapped a fucking drawing of a Transformer pig. Oh god, the shit in this game sometimes is hilarious. Like, the freaking background, like, the ads in the background. The oven-ready can of biscuits, or whatever the fuck that is. Bake the biscuits that make the something. Like, then one is like pie, and like, is it supposed to be like loaves of bread or like weird chunks of like turkey? I don't know. But it is so fucking weird. This is like some kind of weird Thanksgiving ads that they pulled out, and we're like, put them at the back of the movie theater. Nobody's gonna notice how fucking out of place they are. I noticed. Oh my god, I love the fucking Bumble Pig fucking movie poster. And that being said, it should still be enjoyable for a first-time viewer. I'm so happy that I get to watch it with her. I don't know if I ever saw Bumblebee. Didn't we? I mean, they did make a Bumblebee movie, right? Which is surprising. Like, I drive a Bumblebee. Like, it's not yellow, but I almost got a yellow one, but anyway. I love this movie series. Hey, let's watch the other installments later today, too. I can't wait. Oh, we better hurry or the previews one. Come on, Gill. She dashes off in a hurry. She's so cute. She's taking an interest in the movies I like. Being able to be around her like this and spending time watching a movie together feels a bit like a date. It makes me happy. Gill, hurry up! Wait up, I'm coming. Honestly, I got my car because of Transformers. I knew shit about cars before. I was like, it's got 4 wheels and it gets me to and from work. That's all I cared about. And then I watched Transformers and saw the Camaro and I was like, what the fuck is that? Even despite the fact that throughout the whole movie they mentioned Camaro like a million times. But I wasn't paying attention because like, car, I don't care. I like Transformers movies, don't get me wrong. But I was like, it doesn't matter to me, right? Optimus Prime is a big-ass truck. That's, you know what I mean? So... And then when Bumblebee turned into the new Camaro, I was like, the fuck is that? I want it! And I've never wanted anything more in my life, so I bought myself one. It sounds like I just wanted it, so I bought it. But it was like, I'm like actually shocked that I could afford it. But getting divorced, that was good money right there, because that got me my car. Anyway. I waved in her direction and followed. Silently, I prayed that these days would last forever. I still love my car more than most people love their children. She's my precious. Even if she's like 12 years old right now. I'm gonna be 12. Did she just turn 12? Shit. Yeah. She's made in 2009. Yeah, wow. Fuck. God. Every single fucking year, when I have to get my car inspected, I'm like, I hold my breath, and they come back in. And they're like, she's good. Nothing's wrong. Are you sure? Fuck. Because, like, that car costs a motherfuck ton when shit's wrong. Well, you gotta do all this and this and that. You do want brakes and rotors replaced? Here's a couple that, like, it's $1,000. Tires are like $1,300 every time I need to get them done. You can't rotate the tires on that fucker because the front and the backs are 2 different sizes. So, like, oil changes are expensive. Like, gas is expensive. Oh my god. She's a thirsty bitch to you because like, why did you stop? Is there a hole in your tank? It's like $60. Yeah. But of course they didn't. I sighed and looked up at her workplace. And now she works in this big office building. Standing next to it, I feel so tiny. You kind of are. And nervously, I looked away. Anyway, I need to get my work done if I want to get hired. I need a job I can be proud of if I ever want to win her heart. I mean, you should be proud of yourself and you don't have, again, it's good that you're going to better yourself just in the long run, but like you're doing it just for a girl. It's not really the right reason, but okay. And the assignment I received was to write a small essay on my favorite car model. It was simple and expected from a car magazine. But narrowing my choice down to just one model is hard. I love cars in general, so it's hard to decide which specifically to choose. Choose the Camaro. I look towards the street to find some inspiration while walking around. But all I can think about is her. Cars are the farthest thing from my mind right now. Spacey, are you busy right now? Are you even there? I wish I could see you right now. Hey, Gill! We're right behind him. What do you want to bet? She's standing outside the window and is like, is that Gill? Achoo! Oh, coming down with a cold. No, it was just a sneeze. My nose won't stop itching. I hope I'm not really getting sick. Oh, this is like you sneeze or your nose itches because someone's talking about you. Clarice chuckled when I looked confused by my sudden sneezing fit. Maybe someone's talking about you. Yeah, okay, that's it. Is that what it is, though? Isn't it like your ears are ringing or something? There's a bunch of them. What do you mean? Oh, you don't know this saying? They say that if you sneeze, it means someone's talking about you. People talk about me all the fucking time, then. Oh, I didn't know of such a legend. Humans truly think of everything. Sneezing is simply a body function, often initiated by dust or other stimuli. It's also something that happens with colds. Humans want to attribute meaning to sneezing. I truly loved how interesting the ideas and creativity of humans are. And there's another saying too. Sneeze on a Wednesday, sneeze for a letter. Huh? Really? I've never heard that one. Yep, sneeze on a Saturday and you'll see your sweetheart on the next day. Maybe you'll even bring a little something else too. Excuse me? Today's a Wednesday, so you might be getting a letter. Anyhow, I'll be heading out now. Clara said she's taking the meeting data from me because it's needed to update the Cupid system. While watching her go, I thought of something. Speaking of letters, Gill sent me an essay's worth of words by photo after that seminar. The pressure I felt coming from that wall of text was something I'd criticized him for as his advisor. However, Gill insisted that he preferred letters over simple texts. But I never received an actual letter, and I still don't understand why he's lovelorn. Then I realized something based on the keyword letter. Letter? That's it! There was a love letter with Gill's handwriting on Clarice's desk back in uni. The photo of the letter Gill sent me earlier matched Clarice's own overbearing letter. Back then it was sent anonymously, so I didn't know who sent it. But now I think it was probably Gill. He probably just wrote it for someone else. Gill must have panicked in the moment and left the letter unsigned. To think he was then ignored by Clarice. Like she's trying anything to circus her fucking way out of accepting that he's in love with her. That's how he became the lovelorn parasite. God. We are kind of an idiot, but... See, I'm right. Clarice is the one Gill likes. Clarice, not me. This is like a girl who's totally in denial because she doesn't want Gill to be liking her. Hold on. I sent Gill a message this morning, but he still hasn't responded. I looked at my phone's screen and saw no new message notifications. Back in the Parasite house, whenever I messaged Gill, he'd respond in an instant. It's rare to be left waiting this long. Like, see, he's not in love with me because he would have responded instantly. But this is actually a good habit for Gill to form. He should only message when he has downtime or feels like it. Gill said he's chasing after his dreams, so he must be busy right now. Dreams. That word reminds me of my university days. Come to think of it, there was a time when I talked about dreams with Gill. Don't you have dreams? All the time about having sex with you. What, nothing? It was in a classroom. It's going to be talking about having dreams with, like, that poster of the dude with the fucking, like, cap and gown and shit on was hilarious. Hold on. So, you want to apply to Cupid Corporation so you can do matchmaking? Yeah, that's the main reason why I entered uni. What about you, Gill? What do you want to do after graduation? Marry you and have your babies? Huh? Nothing. Well, I'm still thinking about things. I still haven't decided yet. Like what? Things I want to do, and things I don't want to do. Fighting back, taking charge. That kind of stuff, you know? That is just a bunch of buzzwords, Gill. That means nothing. Yeah, that's why she's so confused. Sorry, that's kind of abstract, isn't it? Yeah. How should I put this? I have a dream, but part of me is rejecting it. Maybe it's because I think that people don't like others who chase after their dreams, instead of having a practical focus. You think so? I think it's wonderful when someone chases their dreams. It makes me want to support them. See, we said this back then, and yet you were like, you know what I should do? Get a job so I can focus all my attention on her. No, Gill. We told you to chase your dreams. Idiot. Oh, really? Yeah, I also have a dream I'm chasing, so supporting someone else is great. I don't think that it's bad at all. Gill's eyes widened at my huge grin, though his gaze still seemed to have a hint of sadness. Hey, I do have one more dream. I want it with you. Gill, your dream is to get married, yeah? Oh, that's not the teacher, isn't it? Huh? Why did you blurt that out? And no one asked your opinion. Gill, you want to get married? Well, yeah, I guess I do. But there's a lot of steps before we even get there. I like how he's embarrassed. That, like, it's okay to want to get married someday. Ha! I knew it! You're not a Lovecraft for nothing. If anyone can create love, it's you. Well, maybe make love. Ha ha ha! In these dreams. Don't bring my last name into this. I didn't ask for it anyway. Lovecraft, get a craft, make love. Haha. I mean, you should be like, yeah, I'm a stud. I can make love because my last name is Lovecraft, like crafting love, making love, yeah, baby, woo. I mean, you could totally use that to be such a player, and yet he's like, I'm embarrassed. Well, I like your last name, Gill. Huh? Really? We are gonna get to be Spacey Lovecraft. So awesome. Well, yeah, I'm here to matchmake and bring people together. The idea of making love is appealing to me. Oh, girl. Look at that, see the dude with the fucking globe in the back. That poster is amazing. I just want that poster. I just want to, like, print it out. I need, like, a sticker or something. I don't know why that one's so funny to me. It's just something about it. You're like, it's so ostentatious and just, like, fucking, like, what is happening? He's just like, oh, no, I have my diploma and I'm, like, the king of the world. Like, I just... So fun. Spacey, then how about we share my family name? Hey! Hey, Lovecraft, quit trying to spread your ardor around the classroom. Ardor? Yeah. What? It's class time already? When did you get here, Professor? I've been here since you stood up. Also, the bell is already rung, Mr. Lovecraft. I hope you brought the right textbook today. Yes, of course. This is math, right? Gill sits back down and bashfully hides his face behind his hands. The reason the professor said that was because of me. Anytime I forget the textbook, Gill gives me his own. But in turn, Gill gets fussed at. I wanted to clear up any misunderstandings right here and now. Professor, the last time... Spacey, it's okay. Right when I was about to stand up, Gill gently tugged me back into my seat. He put a finger to his lips to shush me. I stared back at Gill, unconvinced that I should press the topic. Or that I shouldn't press the topic. I don't like seeing you get yelled at over a misunderstanding, Gill. It's more hurtful to me to see you get yelled at than it is to endure it. I promise you I'm fine. I'll take beatings for you. I'll go to jail for you. What? Gill, that's weird. Gill, simmer down. Gill smiles like it's no big deal. Then again, he's always looking after me, just like a mother hen. Or like my family. Auntie often took up the role of both mom and dad, even though we're not blood relatives. It's because Venus was too busy being like, oh, Mars, you're so sexy. I wonder if a human family is capable of giving such unconditional love like that. I'm still so new to this side. There's so much I still don't know about this realm. Also, when the hell do we get her back? Because, like, now I need to see more Catherine. Catherine/Venus. Yet I sincerely believe that Gill is here for me. I feel so at ease being with him. I mean, so I guess that's probably what's going on. Like, Catherine being Venus will come out, and then you do Ryuki's, and Catherine might show up, but you're not going to find out she's Venus. But it's kind of like in the common route in this, it was like, haha, we're going to destroy Cupid Corporation. Like, Mars was back there with Owen, and then, like, if you did this route first, you'd be like, okay, what's the deal with Owen siding with Mars? I mean, so far, there's nothing like that has come out. You know what I mean? Like, you know it's freaking Owen and Mars, but nothing's come out yet. So if nothing happens with that, it's still the same. It's no different than finding out Catherine is Venus and then doing Ryuki's route and nothing comes of Catherine being there. And you know what I mean? Like, that's just the way all the routes are. So it's not like, oh, you have to do Ryuki's first and then you do Shelby's and find out it's Owen and Mars. And then in this route, it's Owen and Mars. And then, like, it's not a shock to you because you know what I mean? Like, there's always, like, a side character that shit happens with that in the other routes nothing happens with. Like, have you seen Owen anywhere? No, because his whole thing about taking down Cupid Core was because he hated Shelby so much. Because Shelby just said some insensitive shit. So, poor Owen, you need some therapy. Anyway, he was also being mind controlled, so we can't really blame him, but the things he wants to do, the things he doesn't want to do, fighting back. Back in university, Gill didn't ever directly tell me what his dream was. Yeah, none of that makes any sense, so He has a dream, but he's holding back. That's what he said. But now he can chase after his dreams. What did he mean back then? Honestly, I'm happy for him. Even if he's not responding to my message, there's still something I can do. I'll support Gill's dreams. If he asks for advice, I'll do my best to help him. Before I had realized it, I had walked from 7th Avenue through Lost York Park to the university on 3rd Ave. I must have gotten caught up in thinking about her and came all the way here. As seeing this place takes me back, and nothing has changed since our time here. It's just like back when we were students here. It's only been 6 years. I sat on a bench and looked up at the sky. And so much has happened since our university days. I miss those days with her. We had such a fantastic time. Even though I hated my name back then, she said it was wonderful. Ever since I was a kid, I've been teased about my family name. Why? Does nobody in this world know who H.P. Lovecraft is? Hello, that's kind of awesome. You're like, fucking I'll hex you. Like, H.P. Lovecraft gave us Cthulhu, for God's sakes. Come on. Like, that's why we all know and love our tentacle god. Oh, that makes it sound gross, but you know what I mean? Like, you should be kind of like, yeah, my last name's awesome. Be like if you had the last name Frankenstein. Be like, yes! Ha-ha! I can't be a doctor, because that would be weird. Could you imagine? Yes, so you're here to see Dr. Frankenstein. Wait, what? You probably should change your name in that case, but like, Professor. I'm Dr. Professor Frankenstein. Anyway. At the same time, my name connected me to a certain bedroom act. Come on, that's a stretch. Lovecraft, make love. I mean, again, the people that leap to that, because like when you've heard Gill's name Lovecraft, if your first thought was like, like making love, what is wrong with you? The first thing you think is like, like H.P. Lovecraft. I get it, cool, whatever. Like, I never would have made that like love, craft, love, make love, like having sex, like. That is just some, like, horny prepubescent boy bullshit, okay? Like, good lord. So, like, the fact that they even put that, like, what? What kind of horny bastard came up with that? Like, what? Good lord. Anyway. Still, she accepted me, family name and all. I'm just... Okay. It's just so weird. And that's why I decided to confess my feelings for her that day. It took me an entire week to write my masterpiece of a letter. And it accidentally landed on... Yeah. I put it into the textbook I borrowed from her. That way she'd find it. No. It was Claris's book. And you knew when she said, oh, he wrote a letter to Claris. You're like, it was for you. And somehow Claris ended up with it. Spacey, thanks for letting me borrow this. Your textbook helped me out a lot. I put the letter inside one of Professor O'Connor's romantic psychology textbooks. Spacey smiled as she took it from me. I'm so glad it helped you. I'm always borrowing yours, so the pleasure's all mine. I've got class, so I'm gonna get going. Yeah, see you later. I watched as she ran off to her class. Finally, I breathed a heavy sigh of relief. All right, she can finally know my feelings for her. The letter I wrote described all my feelings for her. If she felt the same, I asked her to come to the amusement park tonight at 6. If she decides to come, I can finally say those precious 3 words to her. And we never noticed the letter. And he's like, you didn't come to the amusement park. And she's like, what letter? He's like, what? Huh? But she never came. There was no sight of her. I even waited at the amusement park until it closed. How pathetic. I waited there for 5 years. I became the amusement park hobo. I just slept on benches. When I returned home, she acted completely normal. In fact, she said she was worried because I came back so late. I figured she'd ignored the letter so we could stay as we were. I decided that if she was going to ignore the letter, I would too. I forced a smile to my lips. I'm such an idiot. If I truly liked her, I should have handed it to her directly so she could read it right then and there. Or told her, like, oh, hey, I left a little note in the book for you. Read it when you have a chance. You know what I mean? I can understand you don't want to, like, I have feelings for you. You're hoping, like, I will give you a letter and then I don't have to look at it. And it's a little, like, when you're scared, nervous, introverted. Okay, but you hid it in the book and anything could have happened and, like, maybe she didn't notice it. So it fell out, whatever. You should have, like, slipped in and be like, oh, I left you a little note in the book. See you later. Like, check it out later. Today, you know, if you read it during class. You know what I mean? So, but I was a coward back then. Slipping the letter into her textbook was the best I could do. And that incident affected me so deeply that I turned into the lovelorn parasite. Oh. She's my first love, too. Well, only, because you haven't moved on. And back in middle school, girls would ask me out. We'd date for a few days at most. Who dates in middle school? You're too young! Stop! Like, I'm like 11, 12. Ah, no, you don't need a boyfriend at that age. Stop it. Stop. I never really fell for them. We'd go on one date, then we'd just end up drifting apart like kids do. Yeah, because kids should be children and not be out there dating and romancing and shit. Like, wait till high school. I suppose that's why I didn't know how heavy and painful first love could be. I didn't know that it would scare me so much. I mean, you're gonna have crushes and shit when you're like 13. You're like, oh my god, I crush on this boy in my class. But like, you don't need to be dating. Like, oh yeah, Susie's boyfriend's mom's driving him over. That's just weird. Still, at some point, she should have read my letter. After all, it went to her. Ah, you don't know. But when I think about how things stayed the same, I'm sure that I was quietly rejected. I knew she wouldn't accept my feelings as is. I have to become a better, more exceptional man first. And now that I've decided to improve myself to be with her, I need to get a job at Outroad. And that's why I need to get to work on my assignment and decide on my favorite car model. Like 3 weeks later, he's gonna be like, how about that lunch? She's gonna be like, what? Jesus, left me unread that long. I refocus and stand up, walking away from the university. A little under time, but we'll stop here instead of starting something new. Well, we'll stop when the game stops going through the little loading screen. So anyway, back in the apartment. So anyway, she's gonna mention the I was just because the whole thing about the letters popped up, and now we're just mentioning the letter gun. I'm like, and I was thinking about it before too. She's gonna mention something to Clara. It's like, remember that letter Gill wrote you? And she's like, oh, he wrote that to you, girl. I found that in your book. She's like, what? Yeah. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.